All right. It's time for Dad Night or Dad Nights. 101 Dad Nights.
Dad Night.
Dad Night. So, it's me, Connor, your DM this evening, and I'm joined by Nifty again.
Hi.
Gosh, Nifty.
It's me.
You silly goose.
Hi.
Well, let's see. You know who we haven't seen in a while? Oglug.
Oh.
Yeah, I answered the question. It was no interactivity here.
So
this is on rail for the rest of the life.
Do you need me here? Can I go or should I leave?
Needed. You're needed.
I am needed. Okay.
I need you. I need you so much.
That's a big day. Are you wearing socks at least?
No.
Neither. All right. Well, I guess this is the game now. Let's go.
Yeah. We got our feet touching underneath the table. Let's do this.
Much. I would like to roll a leaving check so I can leave, please.
Roll me a d20.
Natural 20.
Okay, you can go now.
Okay. It's okay. I'll hold on.
Yep.
I found the door. I'll see ya.
Okay, see ya. I love you. Bye. Well, that was a good session about Castle. All right, let's fucking set the scene.
Yeah.
Oglug.
Yes.
Let's rewind a month, maybe 2 months.
Okay.
Back to when you were in Croc Monsieur. Naroa hands you a rock or a ring, and you are teleported.
It's a special emblem.
Yep. And you are teleported into Boros' ship. You are greeted by the big man himself. I think we've already gone through this. Yes or no? So
what?
Have we gone through Oglug being, given the tour of the ship? I believe we did.
No, we didn't. Did we? Yes. Okay.
Yes, we did.
Oglug showed him the stuff. I know this very explicitly because I'm the churro guy, apparently.
Oh yeah,
that's right. That's right. The churro man was there.
I forgot about that. I forgot the fucking churro guy was around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So Oglug.
Yeah.
Let's start things off with what you were, sort of meant here to do exactly, which is look at the gross flesh bag.
Okay. Yep. So I'm. What's happening? Is this?
So
am I
you
just
are
looking?
doing.
You're currently studying it right now. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be interrupting.
Danny, shut the fuck.
Danny, let me do my goddamn job.
Danny, run the rest of the session.
Danny, it's your turn to be DM now.
Danny, edit out Connor and DM the rest of the session.
Look, I'm still.
You dug this hole. It's your job now. You did this to yourself.
All right. Well, you did go over that the egg is there. You were like, Boros, what the fuck? And Boros was like, man, we're trying to figure this thing out.
We're trying to figure this thing out.
Okay, cool. So we pick up. Is it like directly after that conversation, or is it?
I'm gonna say it's been like a day or two. You've come back here, tried to inspect it further, and just not making any leeway, either because your god isn't answering on that front. Or
do I at least know what it is beyond what I've been told?
Other than it's most likely an old god.
Yeah.
And that, the seals.
Is there any? Can I what do I need to roll?
Roll me. Roll me religion.
Religion. 6.
6.
6.
Oof.
6 total. It was a natural 2 plus 4.
Yikes. So, Oglug, you try it. I will let you know this.
I'm not touching it yet. I'm just
you're not touching it. Getting as close as you can.
Yeah.
Looking at what's written on the slabs.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
Is it in Abyssal or? Some
of it is written in Abyssal and Infernal. Mm-hmm. Other bits are written in other languages that you don't know.
Right. Okay.
The bits you can make out, it's like a Mad Lib at some points. It's just nonsense words, chaos, just the Abyssal equivalent of indubitably erroneous.
Mm-hmm.
Just all of this gigantic, boring, big words that just don't make sense without the context.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely want to look into it for sure. Cool. I want to keep looking into it.
Yeah. Do you touch it, or at least the chains, or no?
I think at the moment I have a while to look at this. I don't think Oglug's ready to touch it until a couple days pass. I'm just gonna keep inspecting it, and I'm gonna try detecting good and evil, and doing a few rituals to try see past the veil. I know the I haven't cast it yet actually. Can I try casting daylight?
Yes.
I cast daylight.
All right. Here's what happens. You cast daylight, and this thing actually reacts pretty damn violently to that.
Mm-hmm.
It, like, in its chains, it wiggles back and forth violently. It actually... Roll me a dex saving throw real quick, Oglug.
Dexterity saving throw.
Because it's,
15.
Okay. You managed to step back just in time before this thing, it's like a rubber band sort of deal where it's just bouncing around the room at this point, despite being attached to the chains, and it's like bleeding out. Yeah, it's wiggling pretty violently, moving at least, trying to get close to you. And it's, because the chains are moving around, it's causing the flesh bag to bleed a gross magenta blood.
Mm-hmm.
Glowy and goopy. And
I'm going to take some samples of that shit.
All right.
I'm going to put on some gloves and scoop a few into some vials.
You do so. You have concentrated old god blood.
Cool. I'm gonna do some research on this stuff. I got my potion box, my medicine kit. It should be a potion kit, but I have a potion kit. I'm gonna see if I can pick up a medicine kit as well. For that. Also, my passive perception is 22, by the way.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. I don't know how that's possible.
Oglug, nothing gets past Oglug.
Yeah, I guess. Fuck. I think that's too high. I'll have to look into that. Anyway.
It doesn't sound possible at your level. Let me actually look at your sheet.
I am level 8. I can't change it. Yeah, I can't change it. So
wait, do you have alert?
I have observant.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's
observant.
It. Yeah, it's a +5 to your passive. Yeah, no, that makes
right.
sense then.
That does make sense. Okay. So I have observant. Cool. The observant feat. And then obviously it's wisdom and proficiency. So yeah, cool. So observant, nice. Right. So
with that, you do find something.
Okay. Passive perception 22. I never have to roll a perception check ever again.
So with that, Uglug, you do notice a pattern with the abyssal written. Some of them are nonsense word, but there is a word or a series of words that come up often. Little phrases like "he who rots," "decay," "the terrible trickster," stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're getting somewhere, at least.
All right, I'm gonna write that all down in Infernal in my book. The audience doesn't know. I just can't read and write Common. I can speak it, but I can read and write Infernal. So I'm gonna write down those notes in my little pad. I'm just gonna keep examining the chains. I'm not gonna touch anything yet. Anything I recognize on the chains?
The chains have to be something of divine origin. With detects good and evil. When you focus in on the chains and the slabs, it's definitely divine in origin.
Can I see what god they're attuned to, I guess, based on that? Yep.
Yeah.
Cool, what do I roll?
It would be a religion.
Religion check?
Yep.
Don't fuck me. That's better. 12?
Okay. With 12, you have a sense that it's probably a pretty popular god. Your guess would probably be the new god known as Pemus. Might have a hand in this.
Right. Okay.
I will let you know when you do focus on the big evil flesh bag. It's definitely evil and bad. In fact, it's giving you a little bit of a headache even looking at this thing.
Okay.
And it definitely had way more eyes than the last time you looked at it.
Even in the daylight?
How long this? Oh, no. With the
1
daylight,
hour.
it has
hour.
way less eyes.
So with the daylight, it seems to get weaker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not dead. You're not even sure if it can die, but it's definitely a lot more.
Great.
It's definitely weaker.
I will leave the room. I'll keep my daylight spell. I'll disarm the daylight spell, and I'll start making my way into some of the more arcane fellows and women. And I would like to start with what I know, trying to figure out how I can put the daylight spell. I will need a total of 24 daylight infused items for each hour of the day, so that way we can keep a constant daylight on it, because it doesn't seem to like it. So I'm going to figure out how I can get that done.
Yeah.
Who do I speak with to do that? Based with what I have, obviously, the radiant chains aren't going to be too much. It would be better if it was sort of sedated, and obviously Scribe's stuff isn't working. I remember you telling me there was like a sedation process.
Yeah, there was a transfer process. They were able to move it without releasing what's in the bag.
Yeah. And they would like stab the bag with sedatives, I believe.
Yes.
You told me. Yeah. So, okay. In the interest of keeping it calm to research better, Oglug is going to start investing in trying to get 24 magic daylight items that he could leave permanently. The daylight spell only lasts 1 hour, so he wants 24 for the hours of the whole hours of the day, so that way they can just cycle them out.
Scribe never liked working with people, unfortunately. There are mages on deck. Mages on the floor. Toasted, roasted. Anyway.
Toasted. Roasted. Covered in eldritch energy.
There are mages.
Take the patron out the warlock.
I don't care.
What the fuck the situation? Sorry.
Before we devolve into bread.
Get the gluten out the bread. Anyway, I want some magic people to help me learn how to start putting spells into items.
Yeah.
There's a way for me to transfer daylight into things, and this will be one of the very first things I do as I move into the artificery class.
Yeah.
Obviously, help being scarce. I think I'm going to try get a couple books on enchanting, sort of translated into infernal if I can.
Yeah. There's a few mages on deck. Most of them are, artificers who are in charge of the engineering of the airship.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them, being some smart boys, are like, well, if you wanted to keep a spell up for that long, you need a permit. You need a battery. Just a few items on board that you could use. Some scrolls. I could show you where we keep that stuff around.
Okay. Is this so he takes me there?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna start working on well, is Boris around for me to talk to about this? What I've learned for my first day?
First day, you haven't really been able to see him. You've been kind of working on your own.
Okay. So first day, I'm gonna try get some. I'm gonna get started on the daylight spells, and that'll be my first. How long does it take for me to get 24 of these daylight?
It probably takes you the rest of the day to get this set up.
Okay.
This contraption to find all the pieces and put it together.
To set it up, what about the actual enchantment process? Because that'd take a long time.
Yeah, that's going to take additional time.
Okay, so I've got.
So your first week is going to be.
I've got the setup
making
done.
The setup.
I haven't really managed to find any help. I've heard of arcane servants, and I've seen Bubbles carrying the octopus with her. Any books on that around?
Yes, actually, in Scribe's library, written in Infernal.
Okay. I'm gonna get one of that, and I'm gonna start trying to get a help friend.
Yeah.
I roll anything or? Sorry. Go ahead.
Roll me investigation.
Investigation. Okay. 14.
Okay, you find a book by T. Barron.
Mm-hmm. Very funny, but okay.
Yeah, I know. You're welcome. Anyway,
he stole my RT Red Wizard joke, and I'm mad at you for it. But all right, I guess.
Anyway,
watch Mount Dracula if you don't get the reference. Fuck you, Connar.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. T. Barron on siphoning from old gods. One of basically it goes over how inside most, if not all, old gods are an arcane or is their artifact, an item that was considered sacred to them. Is a lot of these can be used as batteries for the arcane. Some have, differing effects, but having a, at this point, they're called old god artifacts, but for common day people like yourself, they are known as eldritch batteries. They're just an artifact left behind by an old god that can be used to power up arcane. However, doing so without caution or without other people to share the burden could lead to dire effects.
Oglug's probably, he's already asked for help. He hasn't received it. Anything on potentially on how to summon? Because Oglug at this point has seen unseen servants and familiars and such. Is there any books on maybe finding a way that he can make one himself or conjure one from anywhere? While he's just sort of searching through this library.
Yeah,
any books on how to sort of get started on this arcane tinkerage, making it a little easier on himself? Anything that he can sort of read over while he's doing this process?
Yeah.
Books on enchantment, books on potential fuels and potions, that sort of thing.
Yeah. By the way, I'm going to say that one of the ship engineers has been sort of your buddy.
Oh.
He's been the guy open. Yeah, he's very Joe Schmo, but very workman-like.
Hey, the Warba. Joe Schmo.
Yeah, you're looking for books on making familiars, unseen servants.
Yeah. Some form of assistant for. I understand you're working most of the day, so some form of assistant who can help me with the enchantment process or get little bits and pieces for me while I'm studying.
I could help you out. I got plenty of boys working out in engineering, and I don't want to go to work today, so I'll help you out.
Okay. What do I learn?
What do you learn?
What do I get?
You learn your artificer stuff.
I learned alchemy!
You learn alchemy. He goes over the finer basics of alchemy with you. Mm-hmm. In fact, Oglug, I want you to roll an intelligence check real quick.
Okie dokie, artichoke. I can roll an intelligence check. 5.
Awesome. Okay.
5.
Well, good news, bad news.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you're unable to learn. You're unable to learn common. However, if you rolled above a 10, I would have let you learn common.
To read and write?
Yeah.
Oh man, fuck.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. Do I get
advantage because he's helping me?
What? You know what? Fine. Fuck you. Do it.
Yay! 9 + 1, 10. I got 10.
You have learned. You cannot write common, but you can certainly read it now.
Yeah! I don't know how to do all the weird shapes, but I can read it. All right, nice. I have a 3rd grade reading level in common.
He's taught after, and now granted, this has added another week to things.
No, that's fine. I mean, I imagine this is during my.
Yeah, this is during your time.
The enchantment is finished. I just need a battery and somewhere to affix this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting a battery is a bit of a complication.
I mean, I'll ask Boros to get an arcane battery. This is much more effective than a sedation, or to reroute power from the airship into the cell, maybe.
Yeah,
like a certain amount. It doesn't require a lot to charge these. I mean, it's 24 hours of constant daylight in order to keep it.
And
docile.
you have to, and someone has to be there to try to cast it. At least do the initial casting.
I mean, that would be me to initially cast it, but it needs to be installed. I'm imagining it's a cylinder with 24 barrels in it that sort of twist and then lock down like a long pole, which then explodes into daylight into the room. And then when it changes, it dulls out, swaps out the next one, sort of spins, and then fires out another thing. I imagine the boys from engineering did all the actual affixing of it all.
Yeah, it just needs a power source that's powerful enough to affect an old god, which would be
it wouldn't be affecting an old god. It would be a power source enough to power a 3rd level spell.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not. I'm not using any godly powers. It's just the spell daylight.
You just need enough power to keep this going for 24 hours, which would probably need an Eldritch. Yeah.
Yeah. So it would need one, but the spell itself is not particularly.
Yeah. So here's how we'll set this scene. You're searching for Boros. He's not in his throne room. You attempt to go to his quarters with his wife, but his wife is sleeping, and she's a dragon, so best not to wake that. You ask around, and some of the crew members are like, "Oh yeah, no, he's at the gym with Johan."
Okay. I waltz on to the gym.
Yep. So, I'm sorry, not Johan, Yosef. I'm sorry, not even Yosef. It's Juan. I apologize.
Yeah. Is it Juan?
Juan.
Is Juan the orc? Or is Yosef the orc?
Juan is the orc. Yosef doesn't exist. He's a lie.
Johan is the other guy. All right, so I got to that. So he's with Juan in the gym and Boris.
Yeah. Martin, unmute yourself.
I'd just like to say, while Oglug has been doing this, he has his hair tied back into a large ponytail. He's got a sort of a long-sleeved, loose shirt. Kind of like he kind of looks like Pacho without the poncho.
Yep.
Right now, covered in like chemical burn stains and stuff.
Yep.
Kind of tired. He has a pair of weird alchemy goggles on his head. He looks very like he's out of his depth, but having to pick up a bunch of different skills in order to do what he needs to do today.
Yeah. So, Juan, you and Boros are sparring in the gym. How do you go about this?
Boros, look. You gotta throw more of your right arm in there. Can't just be coming at me all willy-nilly. Come on, Boros. You know how to do this.
Are you sure about this?
Look. What does sure mean?
All right, I'll do my best here. He throws a punch. Oh, fuck!
Told you.
Hey,
Ow!
Juan. You say this and he gives you fucking right hook and sends you flying like 15 feet.
Out of the ring. I walk over and I just give him like a pat on the shoulder and I cast Cure Wounds. It's just on him.
Juan, your nose goes from completely fucking broken to
The little firework sparks just off.
Yep. Your nose is back to normal.
Oh, can't believe it. Thank you. Large magic man. Large like myself, yes. Quite good.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, kid. Boris, do you have a minute?
Oh, do you need me, Oglug? I was middle of the sparring match here.
Yeah, I do, actually. I'm in the process of some experimentation. I haven't been able to find it the past few days, but I trust I've been sending the reports off to Scribe about what I've found. So we've been using all of the money and resources that you've been giving me, and I've been taking some myself, just like you said I could, and creating this daylight spell, which is definitely something that you knew about prior, right? Has Scribe been telling Boris what I've been up to, or does Boris have no idea and this is all new to him?
This is all new to him.
You know, the daylight cylinder that's going to pop it out and keep the demon bag docile in a sense in order for me to examine it further. The thing that Scribe said he was going to tell you about, definitely.
Scribe did not tell me
anything.
anything.
Yeah, sunlight. Sunlight from the sun, you mean? Sunlight from the sun.
No, sunlight like this when I cast daylight right in one space.
Roll me a con save.
Oh no! Oh god!
Oh god! It appears.
I'm completely
blind. I'm blind. Oh god, Boris, I can't see a beautiful face. Where are you, Boris?
I'm right here.
Touching one of the maids. Boris, you're so beautiful now.
So slender. Beautiful.
Your skin is
Juan,
so
Juan,
soft.
get your hands off her.
Pardon me.
Your vision comes through, and one of the maids slaps the shit out of you.
You take 9d8 bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, give me.
What was it again?
You take one bludgeoning damage.
You take 40. I'm kidding. He rolled Boris's damage again. So no.
You take one. You take one bludgeoning.
Yeah, you just take one bludgeoning, just a slap damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Watch where you're putting your hands, buddy.
Oh yes, of course, my hands. Powerful, massive hands, of course.
Right.
What we're talking about.
Yeah.
I
So
assumed you were aware of the daylight enchantment that I was in the process of creating.
I was not made aware of this. In fact, Dice had. I'm sorry, not.
Oh, Dice!
Sorry.
Hey, everybody, it's me. I have a knife.
It's me. I have a knife now. I'm gonna cut the bag open with my knife.
The true BBEG was Dice all along.
Oh man, you guys wish. So Boris is like, this is the first time I've heard about it, and
we've sunk over 25,000 and a little closer to 50,000 gold pieces into getting this daylight cylinder up, and then we need to get an Eldritch battery in order to keep it going for 24 hours a day in order to make sure that the bag stays docile and is much easier to contain and control. As far as I'm aware, the power output doesn't change based on what I've researched and some of the engineers on deck have looked into for me. It's just a very expensive endeavor, but it is safer than its
we can
chaotic dark energy.
Go about getting you a battery. Currently, Scribe is out on doing a personal project at the moment. He wasn't very thrilled that I asked you to come here, but he hasn't made leeway with this project in months.
Scribe is much more of a man of scientific equations and arcanum, while I'm more of a spiritual sort.
That's why I hired you, because you have that.
I had assumed that you knew that. I was hoping that I'd be able to bend his ear and sort of discuss the in-betweens between arcana and deification. But I suppose if he's bitter, then that's going to make it fairly more difficult.
It's a bit of bitterness and a bit of another project we have going on here.
Either way,
needs his attention. I can have one here. You and your brother, I need you guys to go out and find me Eldritch battery.
Oh yes, Eldritch battery. Battery of Eldritch variety. The variety which is Eldritch, the battery. What's that, Boris?
Remember the things that Scribe would have you pull out, and it would hurt a lot for you to hold.
Oh yeah, those things really hurt. A little tingly sensation.
You're gonna need to find one of those.
Oh no, these things kind of hurt whenever I touch them.
We'll get some then. We'll get your boys sent with you. They'll keep you on the right path.
All right.
Pats Juan on the back.
Thanks, Boris.
It does need to be done in due time. The daylight cylinder is nearly finished, and in order for me to progress any further with my investigation of the artifact, the living god, I am going to need that up and running just for the safety of mine and yours.
Yeah, no, of course.
Last thing I want is pure madness.
Juan, tell your brother you two have a week to get it.
Of course, brother.
3 days.
Tell him.
I need it in
3 days. Wait,
3 days.
so a week and 3 days. Got it.
Yeah, well, just 3 days. No. I need you to do it less than a week. The low.
Yes.
You have 3 days. Juan.
Yes, 3 days, not 10
I'm
days. That would
more
be
than willing. I'm more than willing and capable of
Just
coming with you if that is what is required.
No,
to get this done.
They got it. Oglug, you look rough.
Yeah, it's been busy.
Take a break. They got this. Believe it or not, these are Juan here. Juan and his brother are some of my best men.
Well, I'll do a little bit more research and investigation into some more magical arcana.
Have you been to the bar yet?
No, not quite.
Take a break.
Yeah. Okay.
He puts a big hand on your shoulder and take a break.
Okay.
You're exhausted.
Yeah, I could use a break. Okay.
Told you.
Okay.
So anyway, Juan,
I'm still gonna study alchemy. In the meantime, I wanna make. While I'm on my off time, do I have any levels in Artificer yet? As of right now, with the very little magic that I've been experimenting.
You got 1.
Okay. I get infusions at 1 or 2.
I believe that's at 2.
Okay.
So
I'm going to experiment. I'm going to begin experimenting with a little sort of yellow and red sort of stone, little jewel, and based on from my readings with alchemy, I'm going to start working on creating a liquid flask and growing begin the process of growing a homunculus. A little servant made of gunpowder that can ignite. I'm just going to begin sort of making the dust and the salves and sort of enchanting the stone, sort of leave it to brew, and then I go to the bar.
All right. So on your way to the bar, there's a little halfling man who looks like he just got off of whatever work he was doing.
Yeah, pardon me. Step aside and let him through.
Oh, hello, sir. Sorry. I was kind of stuck in my own thoughts. I didn't see you there.
Yeah, right. It's a lot to see. Yeah, I apologize. Yeah. Oglug, and I hold out my massive hand, crush his fucking skull out in a handshake.
And Max is dead.
This entire hand crushes head.
I squish Max under my thumb. I hold out my big meaty hand for a handshake.
And with a nice soft smile, the little halfling holds up a hand and grabs basically his finger and gives him a nice hearty shake.
I have a passive insight that'd be 10 plus proficiency plus modifier for insight, right? So that's
I think, is it modifier in this case?
So basically, do I know it's a 5?
And passive, if he's proficient, you add
plus 5, right?
Yeah, what's your passive insight?
My passive insight, I think, is a total of 17. If it's just plus, total of 20, with the 7 and the modifier.
Okay.
That's how that calculates. If it's just the proficiency and the wisdom modifier, it's going to be 17. 3 plus 4.
Something's bugging me about this. So
passive.
I think I'm getting the proficiency part wrong. I think it is 10 plus whatever your modifier is for that stat. So like perception, it's 7 plus whatever other modifiers.
Yeah,
so it's still 17 because my insight's 17.
Yeah,
because I'm proficient with insight. Yeah. So my passive insight perception. Yeah, that would explain why it's 22 for my observation.
Yeah, because it's 17 plus 5.
Insight is 17. Yeah, so it's 17.
Max seems completely genuine to you.
Okay.
I don't know what you were trying to figure out with your passive.
With my passive, it's just whether or not I get an inkling that he's being disingenuous or anything like that.
He seems pretty genuine.
You see, he seems very genuine to you. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. No, just
You look tired, my friend.
Yeah. I'm a little tired, a little knackered, for sure. I've been learning some new tricks in the in your labs that you got on deck here. I'm experimenting with some things.
Oh, you're that.
I don't know this guy, right?
You have not met yet.
No.
Okay, cool.
No, you have not.
Cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't properly introduced myself. I'm Maximilian Moneyglow. You may call me Max.
Very, very thanks. Very, very big thanks, Mr. Moneyglow. Max. Oglug. Brackensmorch. Very nice.
Oh, you're the fella that Boros was talking about.
Maybe. I assume he speaks of a lot of fellas. Yeah.
Yeah, he's taking quite a shining to you.
Well, I appreciate the kind words on my behalf. It's very sweet of him. Sorry, Max Moneyglow. Have I heard of him at all? That name, is it familiar to me?
I'm gonna have you roll history.
I'm gonna have myself roll it at disadvantage because I am from a fucking island in the middle of nowhere.
Do it.
That is a 6 plus 1, baby. 7.
You have not heard of the magnificent Maximilian Moneyglow.
Cool. I have no idea.
Which I'm surprised magnificent isn't a part of his title, but
it is now.
Hindsight is 2020.
I'm sure some have called him that, and I'm sure others have called him other things. Anyway.
Malevolent, malicious.
In any event.
Michael. Sorry.
Sorry, that hit me a lot harder than it should have.
Just because it's not an adjective, it's a descriptive word, or else just Michael. Michael Maximilian Moneyglow.
Just Michael.
Michael.
That's very Michael of you to say. Anyway,
What?
Don't worry about it. All my friends are dead.
Yeah.
Sorry. What's your role on the ship?
Oh.
You don't mind me asking.
Oh, not a problem. I'm the treasurer of this company, basically. I'm the one who makes sure that all the budget is going through correctly.
Yeah. So you'll be the one handling that deposit of 50,000 or so odd gold pieces that I've deducted.
Max, you break into a cold sweat. You do not approve of this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like a weird... You see...
Do I see this change happen, or... Do I have to roll anything to see this happen?
Roll me a... This time, instead of using passive, Max roll Oglug. Yeah, Oglug has to roll insight. Max, you have to roll deception.
I'm not even sure if he would even hide this, but sure.
Okay.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 23.
18.
Okay. Do you want to impose disadvantage on yourself, Danny, or no?
No. For a very specific reason only you should know.
Understood. Max,
I'm just gonna say that you do see that his disposition changed a little bit from relative serenity to like a twitchy, like
bit tense.
He's tense.
He went
just
from
suddenly...
yeah, he went from relative serenity to Brock from Pokemon with his eyes open.
Right. I take it you weren't informed either then.
No.
Okay. Well, I will directly approach you about this next time. I've written out the necessary requests and I've gotten answers back saying I was capable to do so from Scribe, the scratchy fella. He said it was fine just to write up a form and he'll get it approved from the treasurer. I went and spoke to Boris about I have a project I'm working on that was very expensive.
It must have been
Boris,
about that egg, right? Not the child. The
his child?
No, not his child. The
I don't know if you know about what I'm here to do. Oglug says that genuinely. Doesn't know if he should talk about it to this guy. Doesn't know who this is.
No. Okay, excuse me. I'm aware of... What does Nora call it? The problem child? I just call it the egg.
You guys don't like Boris's kid? It's an egg. It doesn't have personality yet.
No. I love the kid. Anyway, no, I'm talking about that big pulsing mass that Scribe has been messing with for the past... Goodness gracious, how long?
Does he have a tumor or a boil?
It's been a few years at this point, Max.
He probably wouldn't have said that, but he just kind of stumbles on that for a bit. It's like, huh. No, Oglug, my friend, I'm not talking about the child. I'm beginning to realize why calling it the egg is not the right way to call it. No, I'm talking about... And I think it's at this point Max wants to roll insight to see if Oglug is being genuine with his confusion or if he's trying to like dodge
roll insight
explaining it. I rolled a 17.
Genuinely confused. Basically, if Boris has told him, you get the sense that Boris hasn't told him who knows and who doesn't, and he's trying to figure out if you know about the thing specifically, because he doesn't know if he's allowed to talk about it with you.
Okay, I see what's going on here. Oglug, I do know about what's going on with Scribe's little project with the big scrawling mass of faces and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm working on a project that will sedate it permanently, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. It's a cylinder of 24 daylight rods with the spell daylight infused into it that will keep the bag docile and unable to spill out any arcane masses for a bit. It will start off aggravated on the initial casting, but after that it will quickly drain and begin to drink in on itself as a sort. The enchantment process is incredibly expensive and stressful, and I need a power source before the project is finished so I can further study the bag.
Okay.
As a whole.
You see Max loosening up a bit.
It feels to me like this is the first breakthrough anyone's had with how to do this.
A little bit, yeah. And now that Max understands why 50,000 shinies is just gone from the bank, you could tell that he's looking a little bit more relieved of the situation right now. Okay, yeah. I'll see if I can find if I can find the form anywhere and with one of Scribe's employees or something. Maybe they know where that went.
Right.
But I'll have you know, if everything is lining up with what you said, yes, that should be a perfectly understandable expense.
Yeah. It's just the mechanism. It's going to be an expensive project to run, but I do think it's better to have a stable battery that outputs a little less power than an unstable one that could explode at any minute. And also, it'll make it easier for me to peer beyond the veil of its... he sort of gestures his hands in like weird shapes, not really knowing what the word to use is. Kind of like
I'm not even sure what the word you're trying to say is either.
No, the Oglug's genuinely just like, the fucking...
The nightmares.
It's hard to describe the deity. Like, what word would I use to sort of describe this mass?
Absolutely,
Gross.
I understand. It is a bit of a nightmare having that thing on this ship, but Boros really wants to keep it around, so...
I think it's very ill-advised and endangers a lot of the personnel working here. And I have told them this to his face. He doesn't seem pleased about that criticism, but it is... I am taking steps to make sure that at the very least is in a weakened state of sorts. There are certainly things that I can peer beyond the veil into to attempt to silence it permanently, but it is a process, and it is an expensive process.
And I thank you wholeheartedly for giving it your best shot. If at any point you need any more expenses, just send them my way.
I will come. I'll come to you. It is a healthy cut of money to invest. But I think it'd be worth it if it saves lives.
Absolutely. And if anything, maybe we can find ways to make to eke out a little bit of savings out of it. A grand for this sort of device probably wouldn't hurt it too much with its stability. Or we end up investing a little more. We'll just have to see. Maybe I can find something a little better for you once I actually get that form, wherever that thing went.
Yeah, but I imagine it's with Scratchy one. But it is of great importance that this be running at its peak, at least while I'm investing time into investigating beyond the visual aspect of it, sort of going behind, stepping beyond the material plane. Say, it could threaten my very livelihood.
And once let's get you a drink. How about that? As a thank you for your work up to this point.
Oh, I okay, if you insist.
Oh, I do.
Right.
And we head on.
I go do that. I go get an alcohol.
Wow, an entire alcohol.
Oglug drinks one. Also.
He's not going to go crazy with the drinks.
No, he was very tired. He's
very tired. When your head hits the pillow, you wake up and you actually
old man snoring.
Yeah. Real quick. Okay, Martin did have to bounce. Okay, cool. Cool. That's fine. I can be Martin.
Sleep.
You hear a knock on your door.
Coming.
Hey, Mr. Magic Man. Have we found it?
Yeah. Oh.
You were asleep for a while, mister.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to go check on the homunculus. How's it coming? Is it still brewing?
It's still brewing. You see like one glowing eye blink at you, and then it pops and tries to reform.
So it's like it's basically like a bunch of metal filings, like magnesium filings, sort of coalescing into this sort of little dusty metallic firework powder with all sorts of, like, those magnetic shapes. You know the magnet things where you have a magnet pen, you draw it, and it has all the spikes that sort of reach toward it, and like they climb on top of each other. It's kind of like, it looks like one of those if it was a creature, so sort of snaking and wiggling around. Probably no bigger than maybe like a foot long, half a foot long in height. It's a pretty decent sized creature, and it's all coalescing and magnetizing around that single sort of red and orange stone.
Yeah.
Okay. I turn it down to a simmer. I sort of add a couple more components. Right, you found the
Yeah, we got the thing you were looking for, the battery.
Okay,
The battery for the flashlight that you're making.
Right. Okay. Beautiful. Installation process. Okay.
Do you need any help, mister?
No, I'm good for now. He just starts scanning through books, trying to find like the best way to make an arcane battery of this size. He begins working with some of the engineers over the next couple of days, trying to put together the cylinder with all the daylight rods that have been enchanted fully. Then getting the little battery and sort of plugging it in and attaching whatever he needs to in order for it to be charged. And then they begin to affix it to the roof above the bag, in its little chamber, the best way possible, to prevent it from being able to damage it. Okay.
And I'm gonna invoke it, and it is an item that would require a form of attunement. So I'm gonna attune it to myself, so that way I'm the only one who can turn it off.
Yeah.
So that way it won't do it. And I cast. Oh.
You casting daylight?
Yeah, I cast daylight. I use it to cast daylight.
All right. This takes a lot out of you, Oglug.
Oh, really? I'm only doing one at a time, once every hour.
Even
the next still, 24 hours. Okay.
Even still, this is going to give you roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Saving throw?
Yep.
Okay. Is it for a spell, and would I be able to use Warcaster for advantage, or is that not?
I'm gonna say roll a con save for concentrating. You're seeing how well this goes off.
Just a
and then roll another one.
Okay.
Yeah, just a single one.
It's just maintaining.
A bit of maintaining and a bit of
13.
Not losing your focus. 15?
13.
All right, 13.
Yeah.
Okay, you're able to keep the spell going for the entire 24-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
It's exhausting. You're going to take 2 points of exhaustion at the end of this 24 hours, but during that time, you have made this. It was extremely violent. You were actually worried that the chains were actually going to break. For a little bit, but the chains held, and it started to raisin, if you will.
Yeah, shrink down into this little measly yuck.
Yeah, it went from
this swollen, drippy boy.
Yeah, this 10-foot tall, pear pomegranate, floating pomegranate, to the size of like a kickball.
Wow, really?
Maybe, it's the eyes have gotten smaller, and as soon as the spell ends, it stays like that for about.
Just so we're clear, Connor, this is a automatic daylight process to keep it in the shriveled state. So for the full 24 hours, basically I have 24 charges per day, and it will. So basically, when the first 24-hour ends, in which I need to maintain concentration on all 24 of the rods, it will then use the arcane battery to automatically cycle to the next rod, and then the next, and then the next. So it's just always on, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day without me having to be there.
Yeah.
It's just the initial cast. So that way it's always casting daylight.
Yep. Okay.
So it's like having a heat lamp on, but forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the rod cycles out when that hour is up, and then the next rod comes out. So there's like a rod from 12 a.m. to 12 a.m. the next day. So it cycles the full 24 hours, and then when it hits 11:59, the first rod comes back out again.
Okay.
So it goes first to 24. So there's 24 total rods in like a revolving pattern where they each activate when the last rod deactivates, and it does that forever in just a 24 clockwise circle. It's like a clock.
So things are going good. It doesn't get any smaller than the kickball, but for the first 3 days or so.
Well, I'm studying it while it's in this deflated state before.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually start doing my touchy touch stuff.
Okay,
now.
you're going to do the touch stuff while
I'm
it's
going to do
deflated?
Yeah, and I also want to investigate some of the magenta blood that I had received, the yucky boys.
Yeah.
I'm going to start sort of researching the properties of it. What do I have to do to that? Just roll me. Topic. Blood type.
Roll me Arcana or Religion.
Can I roll my my potion kit, the medicine kit?
Yep, you can.
Okay, so that is 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. With that, working with the blood kind of gives you the same feeling that you would get when looking at Adria's spellbook.
To do it in pieces?
Yeah, it's almost, it gives you the exact same vibe. You're able to, extract what you need and look.
Connar, I want to start working on an antidote of some kind for it. A solution to sort of diffuse the energy brimming within.
Okay. You looking underneath this thing underneath a microscope, I want you to roll a wisdom saving throw real quick.
Okie doke. I'm good at those. Dirty. That's a 9. Fuck! I'm rolling bad.
All together?
Yeah, that's a 9.
You're looking at the sort of the god cells of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And looking closer at it, it freaks you the fuck out, but you can see a face in the cell that kind of looks like the faces that were kind of pulsing out of the bag.
Right. Okay. So as I'm examining it, it's also sort of doing...
You're also tired as hell. This is probably
put it to paranoia.
Yeah.
I need a sleep. I need a sleep. Okay.
I'm going to put them in the lead box that I've been keeping the bloods in, and I'm going to start trying to develop an antidote with these vials that I have. And I wake up the next day, and it's back to work.
Yeah.
For
real quick, Oglug.
Yes.
While you were asleep, you're having your seemingly normal dream, almost just flashback with your family, your wife, you're making dinner, you're sitting down for dinner. Everything just seems normal.
Yeah.
Happy, status quo. As you look at look at each member of your family, and they sort of have the same fuchsia-eyed, glowing fuchsia teeth that the face did in that cell. The face that you see trying to come out of the bag. And every member of your family has that face, and they begin laughing and laughing and laughing and laughing, and then you wake up in a cold sweat.
Okay. Back to work.
I'm gonna go to the chamber and start fucking with the bag.
The chamber looks a little bit different.
Uh-oh.
This thing has grown back to its full size.
In the daylight?
In the daylight. Well, about that.
Mm-hmm.
The contraption that you've spent weeks making, or a week making, it's like in between it trying to cycle over to the next cylinder.
It's been broken.
Yes.
Is it repairable?
You could fix it, but it's gonna take, a few hours.
It won't take as long. I mean, I'll fix it. I'll just start. I'll set up my own daylight spell.
All right.
Just for now. Till it stops. Wait till it stops writhing, and then I'll investigate a little further.
It hates that shit.
Yep.
And after it's done wiggling, one of the chains rattles a little too rough for comfort, but it holds.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Don't tell Max.
I'm gonna investigate the bag.
The flesh bag.
Yep, I'm looking at the flesh bag now.
So you touch it with your meat hand or with a glove?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast protection from good and evil at this point on me. So hold on. Oh, sorry. No, I'm gonna cast spiritual guardians on me. Spirit guardians.
Mm-hmm.
And just I'm gonna have a just a guidance on me as well.
Okay.
For anything that may happen. So I've got spirit guardians and daylight now active. And the spirit guardians aren't going to attack anything until I'm threatened. But these little sparking Chinese sort of dragon kites begin to sort of fly around, wreathed in firework sparks. I'm going to approach. And touch it with my meat hand.
Touch it with your meat hand. And
I shrug.
Give me more compliments. Tell me I'm pretty.
He just kind of looks up and down and shakes his head.
Oh, you flatter me too much.
He shrugs again.
That was my blood. How did you enjoy your dream last night?
I just nod.
How was that little trip down memory lane last night? Nice little family dinner. You and the kids and the missus. Good times, huh?
I'm not going to react. I'm just going to stare through it.
Oh, don't go boring on me. Come on. It's been a while since I've been able to talk to someone, at least in person, flesh to flesh. Well,
I'm not going to say anything, just going to keep looking forward.
Kind of flesh to flesh. This has all been real funny. This has been my best joke yet. Let me tell you, kid.
Do I know if I can cast any spells in here, Connar?
You coming up with that idea. Are you gonna try to cast the spell? Are you gonna use daylight? You gonna try to blind me again?
Can I see the daylight that's already happening outside, or?
Yeah, you can. It would be completely black, but it's gone from black to grayscale.
Just sort of this gray.
Yeah.
Thing. Does that improve my vision on the guy?
You less vision on the guy. It's like all of you can stand out because you and him are in color. Mm-hmm. Everything else is grayscale.
Okay. So everything else
and
is...
the platform is also the blue and purple.
Yeah, the platform I'm standing on at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna kneel down and just sort of examine the platform and start ignoring him.
Well, you're not gonna talk to me? Come on. I'm so bored.
I just think in my head, I'm like, I don't think I need to say anything.
I can hear that.
I know. I say that in my head.
Oh, you're so bored. So what do you...
Oglug smiles and starts thinking about unicorns, sunlight.
Did you know how long a unicorn penis is, Oglug?
8 inches is what I think of in my head.
Twice the size of that, Oglug.
He then somehow adds it up to 32.
Wrong, but I guess that's even funnier. You're funny, Oglug. I like you.
Starts thinking about the number 31 with a question mark next to it. As he's just sort of like scraping away at the floor, just trying to have a look at it, see what it's made of.
It is, roll me any intelligent religion or arcana. Either or.
Arcana. I am trained in religion, so I will roll that. Natural 20.
Okay. You've
24 total.
You have something similar to it in well, you've heard about something similar.
Mm-hmm.
This is made of a material known as starstone.
Mm-hmm. Is it physical, or is this very much ethereal?
It is physical and powerful, and the fact that from what you've heard about starstone, one, it is rare, extremely rare. Like, it's theoretical, really.
It's a theoretical.
It's assumed that the old gods obtained, godhood
through the starstone.
Through the starstone.
I have my club, my big brass smashy stick. I'm just gonna smack it real hard.
Okay. You do that.
As I'm thinking about the number 31 inches, sort of in the recesses back of my mind, sort of trying to think of what exactly this is, figuring out that it's Starstone, and obviously thinking about unicorn penis, I just smash it all of a sudden with my big Konobo.
Yeah.
Just really hard.
It causes your...
Does it break the prism Konobo? The crystal one?
No. It breaks. It vibrates for a bit and then...
Mm-hmm.
What do you think that was going to do? That's pure Starstone, kid.
Start looking at the fractures in the break of it. Anything weird about it?
You didn't even scuff this.
No. As the break in the
with the Konobo?
Yeah. Do I know? Because it's a magic. It's magic.
Yeah.
And I'm not strong enough to break it. It should have just gone like pong. But if it's shattered, then I imagine there's some magical aspect of it.
Yeah, it's like the way you did it, even though it exploded pretty harmlessly to you. It's this almost like it shattered, imploded. Like it implode. Yeah, basically, it
a magical explosion.
Like a magical explosion. It's like a lightning bolt went through it, and just boom. But so harmlessly, breaking a lot of laws of physics going on here. But
okay, I'm just going to start scooping up all of the pieces of my now destroyed magic item, and then I'm just going to give the figure a peace sign, and I'm going to cast my exit condition, protection from good and evil.
Oh, come on. And it goes back to being shriveling up slowly now that the
daylight is up. All right, I'm going to fix, while the daylight is still available, I'm going to fix the rod, and I'm going to ask for people with the ability to cast light spells to be placed into the chamber with it, so that way the daylight spell can continue to run.
Yeah, you got a few guys from engineering who are able to do that.
And then I'm, because I have rested, I'm going to spend another 24 hours activating it again. Because I'll have to do that every time to sort of start the cycle up. So, what do I roll
every
again?
night?
No, I have to do it on the initial startup. Because he broke it, he stopped the cycle from going, so I have to cast and activate it again, which takes 24 hours to activate, and then I can just leave it alone if it doesn't break.
Roll me another concentration check.
Well, that's plus my
Constitution.
My Constitution, 16.
It's just a con save, really.
Con save, yeah. Constitution, 16.
Okay. You're able to, you're able to keep it together. Second time's a charm.
Mm-hmm.
So, without getting exhausted. It's tiring work, but you're able to do it.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit on in years. I'm not feeling as
You're getting some gray hairs here.
Yeah,
more so than usual.
I'm gonna head back to the lab and start experimenting on the arcane implosion. I want to see the nature of it, what happened exactly. I'm going to cross-reference with a couple of the books that I have access to now. I'm going to look into some Starstone stuff, what I need to roll.
Yeah, roll me Arcana or Religion, but with advantage because of your nat 20.
Natural 19 plus 4. 23.
Okay. Just for lore purposes, the only Starstone that you've ever seen, and you have seen Starstone once before, it is because at the Temple of the Celebration Dragon in Din, there is a tiny, you're not sure how it was made, but you're assuming it was the Celebration Dragon themselves who made this. It's a little dragon figurine made out of a starstone, but the starstone that you're familiar with is yellow and purple, not blue and purple. So
it's not.
It's a little figurine. It's considered a holy artifact for your religion.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so looking at the breaks in this, I'm also going to start putting in a mental note that I'm going to need a new brass club. So I start getting to work on that and assembling the funds to get the club that you are going to give me. And while I'm doing this as well, I'm also going to start working on a cloak of protection, something that can protect me from bad things, dark forces of something. Is there any way I can do that?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to start working on a sort of cloak with a bunch of different masks, little wooden Tengu and Oni masks from my culture, and just kind of start painting them in and slowly assembling that by night when I'm not looking at god blood. Any updates? Anything I need to roll for the antidote for the blood, by the way? Any luck on dispelling temporarily?
Roll me a straight int check.
Intelligence, not with my potion kit?
Actually, roll it with the potion kit.
With the potion kit? Okay, good, because that was
kit.
an 8. So 7 plus 8 is 15. Not a bad roll.
You keep working, you can't find anything.
Nothing yet? Okay.
Nothing, like, you keep trying, maybe, infusing, certain liquids with daylight. Just nothing seems to be working.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
At least nothing that will permanently get rid of it. You can make it regress, but you can't get rid of it.
I can't eliminate it even temporarily? Like, there's nothing I can do?
Not even temporarily.
Okay.
It's actually, that's the problem. It's all temporary. It'll go away for a little bit, and it seems like you've completely destroyed the cells at some points, but it just, not even 5 minutes later, it's back.
Okay. How long has it been now?
It's been 2 weeks since you
since I started?
Yeah.
So how's my little firework man coming?
Your little firework man is starting to form a little bit more nicely. He's attempting to try to get out of the little pool. But he just doesn't have the strength
little dwarf
to do
in a flask.
Yeah, he's trying to get himself to like stand up straight, but he just can't.
Inside of the little bottle he's in.
Yeah. He can't really seem to do that yet.
He's figuring out.
He's getting there.
I'm gonna keep working on that for a bit. I'll go to sleep and try again with the thing. So I go back to the bag.
To the bag.
I'm going to the bag. I look like shit.
Yeah, no.
I look like shit.
Like, you keep resting to hold off the exhaustion. Like, if I was actually keeping track of your exhaustion points, you're at dangerous levels.
I've been keeping it at like 1 for the past week.
Yeah.
1 exhaustion. Like I'm tired.
Like, even long rests, like being close to this thing keeps getting you nightmares. So,
and I'm working on painting just a couple protective masks, like the little Oni ones. I make a little.
Yeah.
I start painting a little black one in, and then a little blue one with orange and red circles sort of around it. Start getting to work on a like sort of painting and creating in this small, like, working on the homunculus as well, and then I sort of keep reading and researching and figuring out what I'm doing. I start trying to fiddle with all sorts of potions and seeing if there's any sort of fruits and herbs of religious indenture. Actually, I'm going to try to speak with Boros, because I can use like some form of liquid and potions and stuff to attempt to remove and or reduce the effects of this weird god blood, right? That's what I've been doing. Making sorts of salves and balms and concoctions.
Yeah, you haven't found... There's no cure. At least not what you can make.
So I'm going to try find...
All of them are to deal with the symptoms.
I'm gonna plan. I'm gonna start trying to find roots and herbs of cultural and religious importance and significance, and see if maybe that will start working. Change it up a little bit. Start getting some religious ones. Do I find anything? Like, is there anything that I would hear about like maybe a god artifact that has created a garden or something like that, or any like particularly important radiant divine fruits or herbs or anything like that? Any places or temples where holy foliage is created or anything might assist?
Give me 1 second to look at the world map real quick to remind myself. So in the... Actually, yes, there is a dead fungus god that has been known to have, curative mushrooms that's located in the country of Mycelia. Getting there would be a trip, though. You're not anywhere really near Mycelia. If I were to...
I would request, then I'm going to go speak with Boros after finding this out.
So, just to explain where you are on the world map. So...
Hold on, before you do, does Oglug know where he is in the world map? Because I assume he's just been fucking running around an airship for 2 weeks and has no clue where he is.
He has no clue, but...
Then don't tell me, I have no idea. You don't need to tell me.
Yeah, you should probably ask. But...
Yeah, Oglug doesn't care. He's got bigger fish to fry. I'm going to talk to Boros.
All right. So Boros, hanging out.
Boros. I'm going to try to find him if I can.
Boros, I'm going to say he's at the gym again.
With Maximilian Moneyglow.
Yeah, he's sparring Maximilian. Punt.
Gets curb stomped.
God.
No, don't. I'm just a little guy.
Like Maximilian Moneyglow's blasting off again.
I walk in.
He's currently boxing a sandbag and keeps... He throws one punch, it breaks. He's like, okay. Another one, please. An assistant comes up and pokes up another sandbag. He throws a knee at it, and it fucking bursts. The floor is covered in sand, and he's like, come on.
I walk up. I look like fucking shit, dude.
Oglug, I told you to take a break.
I've been taking breaks, but the nature of this thing is
Oglug, this
beyond
isn't healthy.
rest.
Okay. Tell me what you have found out.
Well, that's actually why I've come to speak with you today. There is an old god, a dead god. Don't take the artifact. It's very important that you leave it there. But there is an old god. Mushrooms grow from it, these divine mushrooms in Mycelia. I need as many of those mushrooms as you can, and I think I can create a way to dispel the effects that the blood has on people.
He kind of has a look on his face when you say mycelia. Like he wasn't white, like the kind of face of why'd you have to say mycelia?
What's wrong with mycelia?
That is thoroughly how do I put it? That's one of the areas that we have not been able to have influence over quite yet.
We don't need influence, we just need some mushrooms.
They're extremely protected.
Snake out, and that's ask then.
Asking doesn't work with the people of Mycelia, trust me. I have attempted to make things diplomatic. Their current real leadership there is, how do I say, difficult. And I've had to hold my tongue many a times around them.
Right.
The matron there is influential and, say the least.
Hatsune Miku is the
Hatsune Miku. Hatsune Miku. Oh,
Drow Hatsune Miku.
Oglug gets there. Oh my god. Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune!
Exactly. I can send a scout in. I could send one of Naroa's dogs in there. Try to get one.
If you can, I need something to give this thing a run for its money.
Oglug, roll me a Constitution save with disadvantage.
Uh-oh. Disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
11.
Oglug, you start seeing double of Boros.
Uh-oh.
Oglug, are you okay? Oglug? Oglug, I can get someone sent, and Oglug, you collapse to the ground. Next thing you know, you wake up in your bed, or in the med bay, actually. Boros is by your side. You need to take a break.
You believe me, I've been trying.
I want you to stay away from the flesh bag for at least a week.
Okay.
Until this gets better.
Okay.
Have you actually been exercising during that time? Have you been...
I'm a little old for that, I'm afraid. I've been working on... I have some pet projects, some hobbies of mine I've been working on. Just something light to take it off, you know.
We can get a... How do I put it? Get the pool, like go to the baths around here. We got a bathhouse on deck. We got just do something relaxing, Oglug, other than
Yeah.
I know drinking is a.
What was the next thing on my? What was the next? Sorry, just interrupting real quick. What was the next thing on my list, my bucket list that I have to do?
Oh, one of them was go to the beach.
That's gonna happen. Eventually, yeah. I'd rather do that with the party. What was the other one?
Oh boy,
There's a couple other ones. I've done 3. I've done 3 things.
Let me look at the list.
Darn it! I know there was a list, and I remember it being listed out in one of the more recent episodes I was editing, and I completely lost it. I didn't write it down. Like a fool.
Uh-oh.
I have it. I know I do.
A fool! A fool!
I think there was something about punching a guy.
Yeah, punching a guy named Kevin or something.
Yeah.
like Keith.
That's all I remember.
Okay. No, punch. Okay. Here's the list.
Yep.
Big fuck off sausage roll.
Done.
Go skinny dipping.
Done.
Party.
Yep.
Done that.
Fancy party.
Go on a picnic in a meadow.
I need to do that.
Oh, wait, the party, wasn't that a fancy party specifically? I remember that, actually.
That is on the list. Go to a fancy, an important gala.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Die for seashells at the beach. Punch Brian. Teach Oglug to read, which...
That one's been scribbled out.
That's been scribbled out.
He
but
does
Oglug now ticks it because he doesn't know how to read.
He's like, I heard you had a bucket list.
Nope. Hold on. Hello?
I don't know if they would have talked about it or not.
Can you repeat all of that?
Yeah, I think you didn't cut out on my end, but I think we cut out on Nifty.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
my headphones fell out. Yeah. Go ahead.
Did you have you ever talked to Boros about your bucket list or no?
No, he hasn't talked to Boris about his bucket list, but I wanted to know what was on it.
Look, if you what was on the bucket list was you already ate the giant sausage roll, you already went skinny dipping.
Yeah.
You already went to a big party.
Drinking contest is specifically.
Yep. Yeah. Crockman Suri kind of did the big party deal.
Yeah, but I didn't do the important gala.
You did not do an important gala. You have not had a picnic in a meadow yet. Oglug learning to read has been scratched out indefinitely.
And now it's ticked because he's done that.
Die for seashells at the beach. Punch Brian.
Punch Brian, I can do it. Din, die for seashells at the beach. I want to do with the party.
He's like, why don't you?
There's
a.
Hold on.
Let me show you where we.
Nifty, what were you gonna say? Sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
Thanks, Danny.
I'd like to maybe go to a meadow somewhere nearby.
Boros lights up. There's a perfect place.
Okay.
He takes you to a different part of the ship where he shows you a map to show you where you are.
Okay.
So, you are currently located right down here.
Right here.
He's like, all right, we're located right here. There is a small island located. It's so small you can't even see it on the map.
Okay.
There's a little doesn't even really count as a landmass, but me and the missus love it. There's a little meadow on it. We just, sometimes we take the egg with us and we have a little picnic. Why don't you come with us? It'd be good for you.
Yeah, I think I will. Yeah. Maybe I'll bring my little friend I've been working on.
Oh, I'm not sure if they can play, but sure.
It'll be gentle. It's harmless. Radiates no heat. So it's just a little friend.
It's a little friend.
How is my little friend? How is my little gunpowder man?
Yep.
Is he done?
Yeah, he's done.
He's just hiding in his flask, like running around.
Yeah, he's like he's sort of like
fucking. It
runs
can fly,
on
by the way.
Yeah. While it's in the flask, he's like running on the walls of the glass.
He's
making a big circle.
He's like
waiting for you to open it.
Running around.
Yeah.
And then he just sort of flies out and explodes into like a little firework star. Turns into those. I imagine this is my homunculus. I imagine he looks like in Howl's Moving Castles, the star spirits, the little like lanky wobbly boys with like the shiny heads.
Yeah.
Like the glimmer that run in the water really quickly. I imagine it looks like one of those, but it's like black gunpowder and it sparks into all sorts of different colors. It's like a little firework man.
A little firework man.
And he just sprints up and curls around and he hops and he just seems real happy to be around.
He's happy to be alive.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here, bitch.
He's so happy to be alive, and then he looks at Oglug. He's like, oh no.
It like sparks up. You know how like fireworks can make letters? It just says "Stop being sad" over its head. It just explodes into these little sparkles. Like
Oglug's frown intensifies.
Oglug just.
I like this one. Okay. All right.
Yep. So you take a smaller airship that sort of juts out from, and we will edit in this background later.
Yay!
Sorry, Danny.
So I'm here with my little friend Starjoy, my little homunculus servant.
Yeah. You're joined by Boros. Boros has his own like personal craft. It's like the size of a small sailboat of an airship. He takes you, his wife, who is currently holding onto the egg while she's in her humanoid form.
Mm-hmm.
And Boros, parks the airship. It's a little island, maybe like 100 feet wide, maybe a little more, but it's covered with tall grass with flowers. Dandelions mostly.
Yep.
If you have allergies, this is a terrible place, but you don't. So you're good.
I got my big pillar.
Yeah, it's a lot of lilies and dandelions.
This is nice.
Tall seagrass.
I pick up one of the lilies and just look at it, and I put it in my mouth and start chewing.
Why are you eating me now? Get now.
Oh God! Roll for initiative.
Roll for initiative as a giant lily comes.
No.
So, Boros,
a bit of chomping, just.
Boros is setting up the picnic blanket, and he's having trouble despite his large size. He's trying to get this blanket all sprawled out by himself. He's like, "I got this."
Starjoy runs out, grabs one of the corners, starts yanking. It doesn't have the strength to pull it. It's just like pulling.
Yeah, it's just strangling. At this point, though, it's pretty windy out, so Starjoy is like holding on for dear life at this point. Worried he might fly into the ocean.
Yeah, the worst place for a little firework guy to be. Oglug comes and sort of helps lay it out.
Yeah. Oglug, you don't have to. Please just rest.
Edit this breakdown at the end of the episode.
That was funny though. But sure thing.
Okay. All right, Oglug. You help him sit down there. You poof him off, and he's like, his wife is laughing. Like, what? And he smiles, and he takes out the picnic basket. His sandwiches.
Just start chewing.
They're very good sandwiches.
Thank you. This is very nice. I'm just sort of letting the breeze come through, and I'm staring out sort of across the water and just having an old man vibe.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Boros. Did I ever tell you how I met my wife here? Oh, please, let me tell the story.
Not as I recall, no.
How did you and your wife meet?
So, get this. When we were starting off as a smaller bandit crew, we heard about a gold dragon nest, a pretty big treasure hoard.
Right.
We thought we were tough. We could take a gold dragon.
Right.
And well, we were wrong on that front. A lot of us got our asses kicked, and then oh, so get this little. I know I shouldn't call him little. I'm smaller than him right now, but even still, this little man here thought he could take my treasure, broke into my house, and then as I pinned him down underneath my gigantic foot and was about to breathe flame into his face, you know what he said to me?
Something lame and cheesy, I imagine.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely. He said I was beautiful, and you know what? Between you and me,
It worked.
Well, at first it wasn't going to work, but he definitely had a boner. So that's not a part of the story. That was not a part of the story. You're a bottom, Boros. I'm not a bottom.
Oglug has like fallen over on his back and he's just holding his belly. He's crying.
But it's like, I'm not a bottom. Not. I don't. It's very. You good? Would you like something to drink?
Yeah. Yes, please.
So, how did you meet? I know you were a married man once. How did you two meet?
I remember. Well, it was a very strange meeting. I had recently come out of a stockade of a cell, and I was on a different path. I was changing. I went to the temple, and after a while, I saw a woman in the rain. We let her in, lit some fires, and she stole a gold statue. I went out to look, and I found her trying to sell it in a nearby pawn shop. I bought it off of her for 300 gold pieces. She was going to use it to get the first boat out of here, but she felt bad, I guess, and stuck around, and then eventually things just fell into place. Nothing spectacular or funny, just a very slow kind of meeting. We just met and fell in love.
I think that's sweet, Oglug. Very sweet.
Very simple, yeah. I like the story.
Everything's got to be convoluted with us, doesn't it, dear? She shoves Boros, and he actually is sent like 10 feet.
You just ow.
Ow.
She's just a human, right? Just 10 feet away.
Yeah, it's 10 feet away.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say you guys enjoy the rest of your afternoon peacefully. Yeah, you and Boros play.
What do we do?
Boros play frisbee. We got to play frisbee with Boros.
Okay, hold on. What do I roll to beat?
Roll me athletics.
2.
to keep up with Boros.
2. Oh, athletics?
Yeah, athletics.
I think I'm good at that. 7.
7.
I'm not good at it, yeah.
Boros tosses it, but way too fast. And you attempt to dive for it.
I am a 60-year-old man, by the way.
I
I don't even attempt to dive for it. It just goes and he like throws it. It goes right past me, and then I put my hands up to catch it. I missed. And it flies into the ocean.
You turn around to see it, and it just sort of disappears into the distance. I'm gonna need a new frisbee.
Whoops. Okay.
Yeah.
Try playing it with Starjoy, the little fucking firework guy, and just hits him.
Yeah.
Sparkles.
No.
Shit, did I kill it?
Did I kill it?
Just reforms.
Oh,
Popping.
thank God. Oh, thank God. Oh, God. I was so worried I broke it.
It just flies up.
At this point, it's later in the evening, so it's way more impressive.
Yeah. Oglug does the same thing, except he shoots fireball. And fireball, by the way, is just like if you strapped like 20 fireworks to one and then launched it all at the same time. It's just does the same thing.
You guys have a nice fireworks show to conclude your evening, and this is you actually fall asleep on the way back.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually the first good night of sleep. Yeah.
So I'm going to say this is my last week.
Yeah.
I come back. How's the bag? Is it shriveled? Is the daylight spell still in place?
Yeah. One of the workers, the one that you got close to, the one of the engineers,
Joe Schmo.
He's not Joe Schmo. He's not there. One of his underlings is like, "Hey, Oglug, I got some news. Joe,
yeah,
your contraption broke again after we all went to bed, and Joe tried to fix it, and he tried to do the spell.
No,
it just is too much. He's infirmary right now. He might make it, but it was a lot on him."
Okay.
I'm sorry, sir.
Is the spell out at the moment?
The spell is up.
Day and night, someone needs to be there from now on. I'll talk to Moneyglow about the salary for it, but day and night, someone needs to be there.
All right.
Oglug then goes straight to the infirmary, and this is probably where he gets the idea to make the mask I talked to you about, the cure wounds one.
Yes.
So I'm going to start making that, and I'm going to start helping reconstitute this Joe Schmo over the next few weeks.
Joe Schmo looks like how you looked before the first good night's sleep in a while.
Yeah, white shocker hair.
Except a little bit worse, actually. He doesn't have the constitution that you have.
I've been drinking for 40 years, mate. You're not big enough and ugly enough to take 24 hours of meditative concentration.
Hey, I did my job. I got the thing got back working again.
Yep, and that's happening. Okay.
Yep.
You leave them to me. I just need a nap.
Yeah.
I'll make the cure wounds and I'll use it on Joe Schmo when it's finished. The little mask. I'll start healing him.
That takes like a day to make, a little less. By the way, before we wrap up the week, do you try to commune with the celebration dragon?
Yeah. Did she figure anything out since we last spoke? Do we even record the last time she spoke with me?
I don't know if we did.
Where I got the juice. Danny, do we record the juice?
We recorded the juice.
juice.
We did record the juice.
Okay.
The resurrection one?
Yeah, the juice.
Yeah, the resurrection.
Yeah.
Liquor.
Yep, that's
can you
there.
can you go over it, by the way, and tell me what the stats are for that? At some point.
Basically, it is one true resurrection potion.
Okay, so I can just resurrect anything, no matter how long it's been dead for.
Yep. The limit is 200 years.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's after session.
If they died of natural causes or like not natural causes, but like old age, that's not going to bring them back.
Okay.
But it's it's a good res.
Okay. So I'm going to try commune with a celebration dragon.
All right. You commune with the celebration dragon. I
do my ritual. I drink a shit ton.
And
into the meditative state, and here I am.
It flies on it. There she is. Oglug. Oh, Oglug, what happened to you?
What do you mean?
You have way more white hair than I thought you did not have that much white hair, Oglug.
I pull off my mirror shield and I just sort of like take it off and look into it and I go, oh shit.
Oglug, it looked like you aged 10 years since the last time I've talked to you.
It feels like I've aged 50.
Oglug. Take care of yourself.
I am trying. I know it doesn't sound like it, but I have been trying. It's hard work, this dead god business. Old god business.
I have unfortunate news about that.
Shit. Okay. Yeah.
It's escaped, Oglug. It's been gone.
Okay. How long?
Hey, editor, when was that one dream where there was a certain dream sequence? I'm trying to remember if that was before or after Abner's death.
Oh, that was shortly before Abner's death. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that because I believe Adria saw him there at the time.
Yeah.
Even if that's not quite the case, it's like immediately before, immediately after. I want to say it was before.
So, just to explain, this thing has always been quote unquote free ever since. I'll give you a rundown of this thing's history.
Okay.
I'm sorry I wasn't here earlier.
It's fine.
It does not sound like it's fine, Oglug.
You
sound very upset. You sound very upset, Oglug. Okay, I'm going to leave it.
What happened? I hate him. He's worst.
Look, crying in a fetal position on top of this celestial mountain.
No, he's not crying. He's just kind of like leaning backwards, and he has to be drunk for this ritual. He just kind of leans so far back that he just sort of on his back, like he's kind of mad.
Old God. Old God.
Old God.
Okay. What's happening with this bloke?
His name is Fester. He is the last of the old gods.
Okay.
He is, or at least the last
the
living.
foul.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got that much, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I got it because of the I was able to read the Infernal and Abyssal.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Here's a quick rundown of the history.
Yep.
A few thousand years ago, around the formation of the Shadowwald School of Magic, the first headmaster came across the before she was even the headmaster, she was a regular bloke like everyone else until she found Fester's tomb, carefully sealed away in.
Was he properly sealed in the temple?
He was properly sealed in the temple.
Did Boros fuck all of us shit up?
No, this started before Boros.
Okay.
So it started with Shadowwald. She was the first to grab a book from a Fester. She grew tired of Fester's bullshit, much like most everyone.
Right.
And how do I put this? It's just been passed, his influence has passed along throughout thousands of years. Different warlocks, clerics, some, he'll make his presence known here and there to appear. Maybe he'll start a cult dedicated to an old god, but use it as some ploy to cause further trouble. Honestly, yeah, he's not a pleasant.
This guy's
Things did get worse when Boros got involved, though.
No.
When they moved the tomb, some of it did get out. Formed a new book.
No.
And that's where Adria came in. That book didn't come in until Boros moved the tomb.
God damn it.
So...
Okay.
He's been around for a long time, and you're not going to like the next piece of news.
Yep.
We do know some weaknesses of Fester.
Yep.
Hates sunlight.
Yep. Got that.
Hates light.
Yep.
Unfortunately, he can't be killed. Or at least we don't know how to.
How do we sever the connection between this and his realm? The space in which I was surrounded by Starstone, which is native to the god realm, the old god's realm. How do we sever the connection? How do we destroy that dimension that he is in? How do we keep that away?
We don't, Oglug. If you got rid of that, it's over. We wouldn't have any means to stop him.
How do we?
That's the only thing keeping him from being fully released.
And how do we?
He's essentially right now, he's got 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
How do we get rid of the books?
Well, there's always destroying them and destroying the warlocks. If we got rid of all the warlocks at the same time, then there would be no books.
You get why that's not a great option.
I understand why it's not a great option.
What if I killed her and brought her back to life? Would she still be a warlock, or?
That's up to Adria.
I have to go home. I need to get back to Den. Just see my friends. We need a plan. Okay. Thanks.
I'm sorry, Oglug.
It's fine.
Next time we talk, I'll be sure to have a blessing that could help a bit more than the last one I gave you.
I'll meet you in Den next time we talk.
And you are snapped back to reality. Whoop, there goes gravity.
Yeah, I fall off the ship. I've been yeeted.
He's yeeted.
Well, he's dead.
Oh no. Yep. Oglug can be seen
careening
way
out
down,
of the ocean.
Yep. Right down here in the water. Bubbling.
I'm gonna go speak to Boros. I still look like garbage. I'm gonna go speak with Boros. As soon as I'm not drunk anymore.
So, you sober up. You meet with Boros, and he's like, he looks like he was about ready to leave this room. His office, if you will.
Yep.
And he looks at you. You're just the person I need to see.
Yeah. What's up?
It's. I'll give you a pay bonus. I just need you to take a look at the egg.
Yeah. No, don't worry about paying me. I'll have a look. What's happened?
No, he escorts you. He takes you to the room. Wife is in dragon form, and as soon as you enter, just calm down, sweetie. Calm. He's just going to check on the egg, make sure it's safe.
Are you okay?
What was her name again?
Her name. Oh boy, I wrote it down too. Veza.
Is everything okay, Veza? Are you
What's wrong with the egg? Was your tampering with that old god caused this?
Okay. Let me have a look at the egg. I'll do a check over on it, okay? The egg's fine. I've been charming it with blessings of the celebration dragon. Nothing's gonna get through.
Oglug, you take a look at the egg, and what was originally sort of black and gold has developed red
Fuchsia
and
spots.
Yeah, spots of fuchsia, magenta, and
Detect good and evil.
black. Neutral. It's still an egg.
Unaligned. Detect magic.
It's a dragon.
Yeah, okay. So
It's powerful
evocation.
Elemental energy. Yeah, powerful elemental energy in there.
Great. No other pings of magic?
Nothing.
Okay. Dragon's still alive.
Dragon's still alive. It's healthy, it's just miscolored.
Okay. That's okay. Good. All right. It's just a little discoloration on the shell. However, I do think it is a response to stress. Particularly, Mr. Boros, this isn't a regular pregnancy in which the wife is, carrying the child from within, therefore you can't stress her out, or rather it picks up the vibes from you and her collectively. It's a bit more of a nuanced situation.
Oh.
You've been working nonstop the past week, just like me.
Mhm.
I think it's time you two. It's close to hatching. It's getting fairly sizable. The child's not going to grow any further. It's pushing on the shell. It's going to hatch fairly soon. I recommend that tomorrow or the day after you two go and rest. Stay away for 6 months. Wait till the egg hatches. Spend some time with the wormling while in its infant years, just real easy. No stress, no work. Just mommy, daddy, baby time. Okay? It's just a little discoloration on the shell. The baby is fine.
Boros speaks up. We'll take your word for it, Oglug.
Okay. Yeah. And Veza will listen to me and make you do it. You know that, right?
I know you will.
Won't you, Veza?
She morphs into human form. Picks up her egg. We'll make sure he gets plenty of love.
Yeah, very good. Okay.
And where are you going, Mr. Oglug?
Home. I'm going home.
Oh, before we go, I guess we can make your arrangements.
Yeah.
I believe they're in last time I heard from Naroa, or at least from Max, they got into a spat. They're in the city of Plexi. They should be fine.
Okay.
We'll get the switcheroo done before. Actually, it's going to take a little bit longer because Naroa has to stay in Plexi.
Yeah, I'd have to fly, wouldn't I? Yeah. Okay.
We'll make the arrangements for you.
Yeah, I'd like to go pretty soon. Listen, make sure before you leave to always have at least 5 personnel in with the bag that can keep the daylight spell operational. It seems every time we leave it breaks, so keep it there. I'm gonna see if I can find a solution in Mycelia for the Eldritch stuff. I think we can fully seal it in and potentially even make it much more stable if we get rid of the warlocks in their books scattered around the world.
We could definitely try to accomplish that.
We'll wait until the hatchling is done and I get some solid answers. You don't want to stress the kid out, okay?
Of course.
Okay. I'll see you later, Boros. I gotta go home.
He puts his hand on your shoulder. Thank you for all your help, Oglug.
I put my hand on his. Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure.
Always is. You are good company.
His hand stays on your shoulder for a little too long. He realizes what's going on and then lets go. He's like, I apologize for that. Get going now.
All right. Call me if you need. You too, Veza. You have my sending stone. If anything strange happens with the child or the coloration gets a little bit too wild, bring me back here immediately. We may need to extract the child from the shell, okay? Have people cast detection on it. Make sure they understand that it is still just the child, okay?
Understood.
Okay. Keep me informed.
All right. And with that, Oglug, you pack your things. Get on a
get all
airship.
my new items and infusions.
Yep.
My books. I now have a hearty collection of books. Looking a little older, a little withered.
Yep.
A little bit less spry.
Yeah. I'm gonna say the person who's driving you is I was very tempted to say the churro boy, but no.
What?
I was gonna say it was the churro boy, but no, it's
my churro friend Danny.
Danny.
Nah, I work churros.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how to drive an airship. Fucking crash. No, so I'm gonna say it was the assistant of God, what was his fucking name? Joey Schmo.
Mm-hmm. Joe Schmo.
It's like, all right, next up, Plexi. Be sure to get your rest in. We got a long flight ahead of us. Oh, never mind, you're good. And Oglug, this is the most peaceful sleep you've had in the last month or so. And that's where we're going to end it off.
Yeah.
How is that?
That was good. I had a good time.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure it out.
Yep.
Wait,
this is going to be...
Did you want me to turn it off, or...
Yeah, you can stop recording, Danny. Stop recording. Stop recording. Stop recording.
No.
Stop recording.
Yeah, the worst place for a little firework guy to be. Oglug comes and sort of helps lay it out.
Yeah. Oglug, you don't have to. Please just rest. Shits his pants.
I was blowing a raspberry. Oglug shits himself and dies.
Why did you think that way, Connor? I thought it was a raspberry.
Yeah, Oglug just blows a raspberry and borrows his face, saying, "Shut up, I can fucking pull a blanket out. It's not that hard. I'm not that old."
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oglug shits his pants.
I can't see your lips.
Edit this breakdown at the end of the episode.
That was funny, though. But sure thing.
Oglug shits his pants. Okay, Dan, I'm gonna need you to fucking
I'm fucking trying, man. Okay. All right. Serious time. This is a serious, wholesome scene for no shitting of pants.